Hello students, welcome to the My Dream, India's first ever e-learning program. Here we teach each and every topic in terms of what that topic is and why that is studied, and lastly how that is studied, right? And today I am taking an exclusive application of Gauss theorem. First of all, Gauss theorem, I hope you know about that. I'm telling an exclusive application. What that application is, first of all, understand that. Suppose I have a sphere, non-conducting, uniformly charged spheres, non-conducting, uniformly charged sphere, right? That means it's like that. Charge is everywhere inside the sphere. It has radius r. Charge density, total charge is q. The charge density is q by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Right, charge per unit volume. So what we are going to study, we are going to study the electric field inside any point. Say this is center O and this point is P. At inside any point of this sphere, we want to find electric field at this point. So what we are going to study, we are going to study to find the electric field at point P, which is inside a uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. Now secondly, why we study that? Because there are lots of situations when there are non-conducting materials which have their own electric field inside as well as outside. So we need applications both places, inside as well as outside. So we study that. Now, how we move through it. Now, how we move, then first of all we should know that what Gauss theorem is. Gauss theorem says if we have any closed surface, then electric flux through that closed surface is equal to Q enclosed upon epsilon naught, right? The electric flux through the closed surface is equal to the charge enclosed inside the surface upon epsilon naught. Well, now we move further. I talk here about this point P and this point O. Now I assume, suppose this OP has radius small r, then I assume a sphere of radius r, and this sphere can be supposed as Gaussian surface or Gaussian sphere. Now our motive is to find electric field intensity at this point or any of the point of the sphere. This complete sphere has radius capital R, density, charge density rho. Now according to this law, through this Gaussian surface, E dot dA is Q enclosed upon epsilon naught. First of all, let's calculate Q enclosed. Charge inside this sphere. We know that charge density is rho. If I multiplied charge density with this volume, then it will give the charge contained inside this volume. This is 4 by 3 pi small r cube. This is charge enclosed. At each and every point the electric field must be same. So E dot dA becomes E dA cos theta, and I take E outside because, and theta at each point is 0 because at each point E will be same. So E is a constant, I take it E as out. Now inside there is only dA. Now the surface area of this Gaussian surface is what? 4 pi r square. Now for this equation I have LHS and I have RHS also. Both I have calculated. Now I do further. E dot dA is this. It is E into 4 pi r square, and right side charge enclosed rho into 4 upon 3 pi r cube upon epsilon naught. Now here if I solve it, rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube upon epsilon naught. Look, 4 pi cancelled, from r square to r square cancelled, and now I have rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. In vector form, the electric field will be always along this vector r. So I can write in vector form E is equal to rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. Now this particular derivation has lots of applications, from where I want to discuss a particular application. That application is likewise this is a exclusive derivation, and now I want to find out, suppose there is a sphere, inside that sphere there is a cavity. The sphere has radius r, say this is center, and this cavity, this is here, there is charge, and inside this cavity there is no charge. This cavity has center C, and this cavity has radius a itself, right? Now our concern is to find electric field at any point P inside the cavity, right? Now suppose this point P is at some distance r from O and some distance r dash from C. So here our concern is to find electric field intensity at point P. So first of all, at P, electric field intensity due to complete sphere. Let's first assume in this way, suppose there is no cavity first of all, okay, and the whole sphere is positively charged. Later what I'll do, I'll place a cavity or a sphere of radius a having negative charge. The negative positive charge will cancel out each other and there is a cavity formed. Now listen, I'm saying that whole sphere initially, suppose there is no cavity and this is completely positively charged. Now to make cavity I can do one thing, that I insert a sphere of radius a having negative charge. Negative charge will cancel out positive charge and we will have a cavity there. So first I complete, due to complete sphere, that E is equal to rho r upon 3 epsilon naught as I told the formula. Now due to the negatively charged sphere of radius A. Now, as I told you, now if I consider this sphere as negatively charged, then there will be cavity here and its density will be minus rho. So electric field due to that will be E dash minus rho r dash vector upon 3 epsilon naught. Look carefully, here it is. This is r vector, this is r dash vector, this one is. And now suppose I consider this distance O to C. This distance I consider as vector B. Now this is r dash, this is r. I'll redraw here. This is O, this is C, this is P, this vector is R, this is R dash, and this vector is B. Now electric field intensity, net electric field intensity, E net is equal to E plus E dash. The net electric field intensity at point P will be due to both of the spheres, E and E net. That is what it is. E is what, rho r upon 3 epsilon naught, and here I have minus rho r dash upon 3 epsilon naught. Definitely rho upon 3 epsilon naught is constant, r minus r dash. Now look at this vector OC and CB. If we add them, B plus R, there is a triangle, B plus R dash is equal to vector R. Then this vector B becomes R minus R dash. Now there is a wonderful result. You can see that R minus R dash is a constant vector B. This is rho B upon 3 epsilon naught. Now this is the formula for the point P. Electric field intensity is rho B vector upon 3 epsilon naught. It's a wonderful result. I have chosen P point anywhere. I didn't mention it specifically at radius a by 2 or a by 4, something like that, but I'm getting a specific result. That means I chose point P randomly and I'm getting a constant result. So we can say that inside this cavity at any point the electric field will be same in magnitude and direction. Interesting fact, this is very fantastic thing, that inside the cavity we can have uniform electric field in direction as well as in magnitude. So this can be carried out by simple, if we analyze the Gauss theorem, if we understand this completely. In a other way, I explain in another application the same kind of situation. But this time I take two spheres. One sphere is here, another one is this, and this is, say, positively charged rho, and this is also positively charged rho. If we calculate the result, then this is center C1, this is center C2, and this place is a cavity. Suppose we count this place as cavity, and C, I take C as origin, then distance C1 C2 is, say, D, okay, and if I count it vector, then C1 C2 vector is vector D. Now I'm interested to find the electric field intensity at any point P inside this cavity. Suppose this point P is at some vector r1 from this, and this is r2 from this C2. Now suppose I will consider this section as negative density, only then it will be a cavity. Now E due to this is sphere 1 and this is sphere 2, due to sphere 1 E1, as the formula is rho r upon 3 epsilon naught, rho r1 upon 3 epsilon naught. Now E due to sphere 2, it will be E2 rho r2 upon 3 epsilon naught. E net E1 plus E2. Now this is taken negative, sorry, this is negative, okay, I take it negative. Then E net is rho r1 upon 3 epsilon naught minus rho r2 upon 3 epsilon naught. Now I come to this triangle C1, C2 and this P. Look here, this is vector D. I can write that D plus R2 is R1. I took two spheres, one having density plus rho, another having density minus rho. They have intersection and definitely they will have cavity. In that cavity there is a point P. We are interested to find electric field intensity at that point P. Now look at this triangle, D plus R2 equals to R1, then I have D is equal to R1 minus R2. Now look here carefully. If I write this equation as E net, look here carefully, rho upon 3 epsilon naught common, R1 minus R2 there, and R1 minus R2 is a constant vector again, rho D upon 3 epsilon naught. So if you have a uniformly charged sphere, one or two intersecting each other, but the density is uniform, then you place any kind of cavity, then the cavity, inside that cavity at each and every point, the electric field intensity will be uniform in magnitude as well as direction. Interestingly, sometimes students ask the question that electric field due to point charge is proportionate to 1 by r square, then we can't have uniform electric field. But as this formula shows, at each point here the electric lines of force will be like this. This is very fantastic way to calculate, to find in real sense the uniform electric field space, just forming a cavity. Inside that cavity the electric field will be uniform in magnitude as well as in direction. So this was my purpose. Let me revise it again. I was trying to find, because I took the help of Gauss theorem, our purpose was to get a space with uniform E. Of course, due to the two plates of capacitor also we can get uniform electric field intensity, but here making a cavity is a rather easier way. Now Sometimes few examples are like that. Sphere is here, a cavity, one cavity is here, one cavity is here, one is here, one is here. Now the question is same again. What is the electric field intensity inside these spheres? You just do one thing. Suppose this distance is vector d1, this is vector d2, this is vector d3, this is vector d4. So this is first sphere, this is second cavity, this is third cavity, this is fourth cavity. So electric field intensity inside the first cavity, rho d1 upon 3 epsilon naught, E2 rho d2 upon 3 epsilon naught. Similarly E3 rho d3 upon 3 epsilon naught, and E4 rho d4 upon 3 epsilon naught. In this way we can easily decide the electric field intensity inside cavity of a sphere.